And lucky enough, when I was 13, I became a peer spokesperson for Pacers National Bullying Prevention Center. And I got hooked up with them through an experience that I had where a friend of mine went through a pretty serious bout with bullying, and I loved what they were doing. They have this organization. Pacer Center is based out of Minneapolis, Minnesota, and they originally got started to work with kids with disabilities and their families and all the struggles that go along with that. But eventually, they branched out into these two subcategories of kids against bullying and teens against bullying, and became the National Center for Bullying Prevention. And teens against bullying, I like that. And teens against bullying really hit me as like one of the most real anti-bullying resources out there. And it was completely made by teens for teens. And it was basically about starting a movement of teens who believe that the end of bullying begins with them. And it's our issue, and no adult can really tell us how to do it because it's something we have to find together within ourselves. And I love what they were doing, and I sent them my song, and the woman there was like, wow, we love this, and we'd love to send it out to schools across the country as a part of our National Bullying Prevention Month, which is every October. And so it went out that year when I was in 7th grade, and I spent most of 7th grade coming home from school and getting emails and messages from kids all over the country and telling me about how they've been bullied and how lonely they felt and how their friends have been bullied and how they've bullied other kids themselves. And it really made the issue a lot more real for me, and made me realize that the songs that I don't really plan on showing anyone are the very ones that need to be shared. And so I spent 3 years working with them. We did that toolkit the first year, and the second year we did another toolkit with one of my songs called Stand Together. And both of those were very much targeted at bullying. How do we see it? How can we look at it in a different way by incorporating music? How can we talk about it? But this year, I had grown as an artist and was kind of writing different songs, and Pacer has kind of grown as an organization, and we're trying to lean more towards unity and bringing kids together instead of just pointing out the bullying that's going on. And I was kind of doing the same thing in my music, and so we developed a toolkit that I'm super, super proud of. It's 2 songs, and it's Where the Artists Go, which I'm going to play for you later and tell you about, but another song that I wrote called Try, which is one of my favorites on this album because I think it's one of the most honest things I've written. And I wrote it just before starting high school, and it was kind of about finding a group of people who accept you for who you are. But every time I play this song, I can never find the right way to introduce it, and I can never find the words that kind of say what I meant with the song. Kind of one of those weird ones, it's hard to understand. So when we were making the album, I really wanted to create this 20-page diary of like the stories and the pictures and lyrics behind the songs, and kind of give people a window into my thought process and what I was thinking beyond just what they hear on the album. And so I'm going to read you what I wrote in there for this song because it's kind of the only way I know how to introduce it, but this is Try. I know what it's like to want something different than everyone else around you, and to feel like the more you find yourself, the less of you they understand. I wrote this song about learning for myself that all we need to be is what makes us feel alive, and eventually we'll find our tribe, a group of people who understand and don't want for us to be anything but ourselves. So many times I think all I've needed to hear is let it go, little girl. Let go of the ones who don't understand and hold out for the ones who do. Don't lose yourself in the search because your tribe is waiting. And once you find them, you'll know what it means to belong.
I don't know where I all of a sudden stopped belonging here. With all of these faces I was wanting to say, as I rearranged they disappeared, and no one knows me anymore. When I got tired of thinking like everybody else, I broke my ears and whispered to myself, why don't you let it go, little girl? 'Cause what this world needs is for you to be exactly who you want to. Let it go, little girl. And when the voices multiply and crowd around her, promise me you see is gonna sing a little louder. Oh, so I've grown, come to know a different kind of home. We're not alone. You're not alone, never alone, little girl. You see our blue blood sparkles with this art and words written up and down our arms, and we are yours. Yes, you belong, little girl. So let it go. The voices multiply and try to drown her. She's gonna sing. She'll sing into the trial.